it changed.
Okay.
Well, would that count as a long-term effect that we could study to see if it...
It is a current enchantment, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it is one of those things too where the teleport specifically is an enchantment that even though it like holds on the item, it takes that burst of conjuration energy just in the moment.
Copy.
So it might be considered like a dormant enchantment until you use it.
Fair enough.
So we'll have to see, but if not, it's not too terribly hard to overwrite them with something else.
No, it doesn't take too terribly much time.
So,
welcome back to Mad King, everybody.
Hello! We're back!
We're back after what feels like a very long hiatus.
2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was a couple of weeks for Mad King and then 2 weeks for Red Steel.
Yeah.
Really made it feel bad, or 3 weeks for Red Steel made it feel really bad.
Jesus, but yeah,
Did you
it
guys
has
not get
been
Red
3
Steel
weeks.
this week either?
No.
No.
Well, no, we didn't.
No.
Wyatt works with the high school, with Junction High, and they just so happened to need him for like 2-3 odd Tuesdays through the whole of winter.
Ridiculous.
And it just so happened to be, you know, this one and then 2 Tuesdays ago, and then we had another player do another thing.
Fair enough.
Very disappointing. He's not
Quite.
watching.
Quite.
But it should be on for next week,
Nice.
barring anything else, which I'm super excited for because I love that campaign that I've written down and really want the players to continue fucking it up. So
Yeah. I'm super stoked for it. It's a lot of fun. We already messed things up so bad. We had one session.
but yeah, keep your eyes out for Red Steel. After that, it'll be maybe a couple of weeks as I kind of see if we're gonna have a long-term group try to set up for Tuesdays, or if we're gonna do it as a normal short campaign. But a Gruesome Tale is after that. Whether
long
it's
campaign.
8 sessions or a long form campaign is to be foreseen.
I want it to be a long
It's-
campaign.
One of the greatest problems is, and I
Please.
think I'm getting in contact with Top, and I'm getting rules for their My Hero Academia system that they had made, and seeing kind of how that scales. It's not, in my opinion, I guess, not totally polished out, but if it's good enough, if it's ready for some high level gameplay, we might switch over to that.
Okay.
There's also a world where we'll switch over to just my Modern Warfare system and have the characters remade for that.
Works.
And go from there. Just because the amalgamation of Pathfinder and a custom,
Yeah.
a totally custom side leveling system just it was falling apart towards the end of My Hero as it was, and I couldn't imagine trying to take that for another 5-6 levels. Because shoot, we ended that campaign at like level 9.
Yeah.
And
It'll be
I could not imagine how
fine.
that system would pan out. Level 12, level 20, you know?
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Bigum's at level 20, please.
It'd be terrible.
I need it in my life. Bigum's was a menace at like what, level 3?
Yeah. Yeah. But Gruesome Tale is coming one way or another.
We'll figure it out.
It's at very least I can make it for the short campaign with the amalgamation system that we already have, with the characters that we already have already on paper. Because Ty's got Kite on paper, Wyatt's got Walker on paper. Adriana's going to showcase as Ito, but probably play Proxy as the main character. And then we just have to make you. And that's,
That's light work. I know Bigum.
it's a simple enough character concept.
Very.
But
It's just Nightcrawler, honestly.
Mad King, where'd we leave off last session? It's been a little bit.
Well,
Let's have Belroon give us the recap.
shit, dog. It's been 3 weeks. I'm not totally sure myself.
Alrighty, I'll give the
We
recap.
pressed the castle. Made great friends with a lot of the staff. Jenkins, was it right?
Jeeves!
It's been so long.
Jeeves just took over the
I made a
entire
short for
session.
that.
Rip Jeeves. He's not allowed outside. He's allergic to the sun. So So I don't remember even which number of Jeeves it was. So that's kind of sad too. I told him
I
we'd
thought he
always
was your best
remember him,
friend.
but I don't.
thought he was your best friend.
But I lied. Belrune's only got room in his mind to remember one person at a time, and Jeeves just wasn't it. The tree's still there, you know.
Okay.
And then we made a very loose ceasefire with Gwen, where we were like, "Hey, do you have to fight us?" And she was like, "Not really, unless I'm told to." And we were like, "Okay, cool. So don't. Maybe would be really nice of you." And that's kind of where we're at. She's floating around the town. She hasn't left. She visits Joanne's frequently for baked goods.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember anything else that happened.
All right. So Lorenzo is MIA because Lorenzo went crazy. People say that he was brainwashed by Gwen, but I think he was a sleeper agent the entire time. So
I think he just wanted to.
and it's I didn't trust Lorenzo from the start, and everybody told me I was crazy, but that's besides the point. Yeah, Gwen is moseying around town. We've been doing relief efforts because our town was hit pretty damn hard. This one was definitely definitely an L for the rebellion, but you know, we bounced back.
Yeah. It was an L in the same way like Nam was an L, you know?
No, we lost. We lost. Yeah,
It was a draw.
it wasn't a draw. It was not a draw because a draw implies, you know, equal losses.
Yeah.
She didn't really lose anything.
Sure she did.
There's that big monkey that you guys killed.
Yeah. She's gonna miss that.
She's not. She has like 4 more at least. Let's be real.
The dragon.
No. So yeah, the dragon attack was
So beach episode. Almost.
Are you gonna call the death of your favorite apprentice not an L?
no. That's why I'm sitting here because like it definitely
Fat L.
wasn't a complete loss,
Damn.
but it definitely was.
Didn't,
It was not a win.
fundamentally
Like it
change
wasn't.
the
It was
rules.
like so like if we're looking at a scale where like a draw is the middle and like a loss is over here, we were kind of like here. So like
Call Daddy. Let's see what Adara thinks about that.
no, motherfucker, he does not have Adara.
Adara's the only one he doesn't have.
Call
Yeah.
Osiris.
We made a agreement kind of where it was basically like, hey,
He said not
leave this one alone. And
Also, though,
kind of
you haven't
vaguely
like
threatened of like, I will make it my entire life mission to fuck you up. I'll probably lose, but I'll be a thorn in your side to say the least. You have a dragon and all these other deaths. Leave this one. And Daddy was like, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, he does not have a Dara.
But have you checked?
Yes. Because Grant can commune with only Adara and he can't
He
talk
can't talk to anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least at that time.
Yeah.
Just like Mark's kids, Daddy can always go back later.
I mean, maybe Daddy's just letting her talk to.
Stop.
I'm just saying, like,
Just fucking
Could
stop.
be.
Let
Could
me
let me have this.
Was Grugnug and Mo not an L?
In the
Pretty
totality
big
of the
fucking
fight,
L.
the fight was still won. We did have losses. So
Did you win
no.
the fight? Because like that exact same tower with that exact same enemy in it is just sitting outside your keep right now.
Yeah.
Was that the Lone Tower?
Yeah.
No,
No, that was-
Or no,
it
that was
wasn't-
Fort Resort.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
yeah,
just in
yeah,
front of
yeah.
the
We
Lone
took
Tower.
we
Yeah.
took that fort. Yeah. We won that fight.
PJ Boy's
That's right,
calling
you
you
did
out
win
too. He
that
said
fight.
wrong. Got our lore master in the chat.
Thank God somebody has to be. Everybody knows it's not me.
So yeah.
What about that time that you sent fourth in line for the throne of the entire Huntress kingdom? out with Mark on
Okay, I'm
that
talking about-
assassination mission. For
yes,
those,
I'm
for
not.
those-
I'm not saying that just as a whole that like we haven't had losses. I'm saying like as far as like major battles are concerned.
God, remember that time in Thoth's castle?
Wasn't my fucking castle. First off,
Wasn't my castle.
and he didn't get the book of secrets.
Just Rack currently. I believe.
Wait. Okay, yeah, no. So
Rack
in
and
answer
Usul.
in answer to your question, PJ boy, everybody but Adara.
Everybody but Adara. Yeah.
I don't even remember what did we send forth Wind and Mark to go do.
There was that hit squad,
yeah.
the Mad King like SWAT team, the special operators that had came in during the Dragon raid,
Gotcha.
and you'd captured like the one captain of them or whatever.
Yeah.
but
He the one
rest
that
of
just got
them
away?
Got away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of them got out, and you sent Mark and Fourth Wind after them, and Mark came back excruciatingly wounded, and Fourth Wind did not come back.
Yeah. And the reason it wasn't a main mission was because we had other things that we were having to deal with, like damage control in the city and all of that. And
God, remember that time Lucian got abducted by the Mad King, and you guys were on your way to save him, but didn't get there in time? That was a cool one. And then so Nvidia took
yeah, that was
you
an
know,
Nvidia thing.
another Godwoken and a couple kid NPCs, a couple sport talent kids, and you haven't heard or seen them since.
It's crazy. I miss Lucian. Good guy.
Yeah, it's been rough, okay?
Remember that time you signed that deal to not
Y'all are
kill
real
civilians,
bad at
and then you
receiving
slaughtered all of
people.
Leadshire?
Yeah.
I didn't slaughter Leadshire. We killed a lich, and it just so happened to kill everyone in Leadshire. The lich attacked first. In self-defense, we eradicated a city. That was
Lich was your
not.
friend. He was like, "Hey, bestest buddies, do you want to go fuck up this plant?" And then,
And
you
then
went
we
to the
re- and
plant,
then
and
we
you were like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna
learned-
come fuck you up."
And then we learned that, wait, no, you're actually the bad guy. And then he came out like, oh, well, nobody can know. And then he attacked us, and then we defended ourselves. We won that fight, and Leadshire did listen.
That's exactly right, PJ. They went back on their word.
Crazy.
Man, you're not gonna call Mark's kid and wife an L?
Well, no, he chose to let that happen. Remember, he walked away as Mark's kid was bleeding.
I guess
Usul was
you
a different person back then.
I guess you wouldn't count that as an L.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are we doing today?
Each episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Moving on.
We're going to the Underdark to go be diplomats.
You're gonna do some.
All right, so let me elaborate on that. So we have came to the conclusion that our army is severely lacking in the magical department. So we have concocted a plan to go down to the Underdark because we have learned of a like a group of rebel drow that have broken off from like the main underground citadel, and they're fighting against the citadel, and we're gonna go see if we can smooth things over and recruit some, possibly all of the rebel drow to come and fight for us.
And
It's a
go
callback to
stay
when you guys
in
were at level
Leadshire.
5.
Yeah, and by doing so, also fulfilling a quest from level 5.
We just here recently got that quest to go after the drow.
I thought that it was just the first time you guys went to the Underdark.
No, it was because
no, it was
Oh, you were
recently.
yeah,
there.
it was recent
Then
because
yeah, okay.
it was
we
the
were
last.
just looking for quests.
Then it's not that big.
It was our
That's
last excursion down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give them. We're gonna bribe them with Leadshire, and be like, hey, you can go stay there
Fight for us.
if you fight for us.
Yeah,
And we're not gonna try to kick you out.
yeah.
And then by doing so, also removing them from the Underdark and fulfilling our quest. Couple of birds, 7 or 8 stones.
Accuracy by volume.
Accuracy
We're
by
eating tonight.
volume. Wonderful. So you guys wake up first thing in the morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. The lone tower kind of looms just in sight.
Oh, and I gotta talk to May. Yeah, while
Of
we're
your
down there.
keep. You got to talk to May. You guys got a little bit of things to do here in town. Thelmar is in.
Oh, thank God.
He has returned. And he has returned successfully.
Oh my God. So for anyone who is new and watching, we had sent Thelmar to Leadshire because the necromancy ley line was there, and we sent him to destroy the necromancy ley line, thus removing necromancy energy and magic from the world.
Eventually.
And hopefully, in turn,
There is no
severely,
new necromantic energy coming in.
Yeah, and hopefully severely crippling the Mad King's monstrosity.
And Daddy.
And Daddy. Fuck that guy.
Maybe we shouldn't go to the Underdark. Kids gonna be kind of upset about that one.
No, because if Thelmar's mission was a success, nobody knows it was us.
Okay.
Hence the whole, like...
I hope you're right.
Hence the whole, we were in the city the whole time.
I hope you're right. I'm not doubting your plan. I just, I'm a little apprehensive.
To quote Newt, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll buff. What are they gonna do? Necromancy?
He's got a general report for you. Do you care?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
Yeah.
At all? Oh man, he was bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving. The Toxic Hawks. So the Toxic Hawks is a Mad King Academy.
Oh, okay.
That was located just outside
shit. Yeah, that's
of
totally
Leadshire.
right outside of Leadshire. We were gonna blow it up with the giant bomb, and then we forgot
And then
about
you
it.
totally forgot about it. They train those commando units. That's like one of the top places for high level arcane and martial mastery
Correct, Brennan. We cannot now.
coming out from the Mad King's land.
Yeah.
And so there's those commandos with those like spell rifles littering the ruins of Leadshire and the remains of the toxic swamp now buffering you guys from the Mad King's land. And Thelmar had serious issues, was delayed multiple days by them. He had to run many times. He had to,
I mean, theoretically speaking, if you kept the box open the whole time,
The-
the spells
the-
would just fizzle out. when
the
they go
only
there.
saving grace is that because he was operating underneath that heavy anti-magic, that when he was ambushed with those spell rifles, all of the spells fizzled out. And by the time that they were switching to melee martial, weapons, he was gone.
Good man. Good man. Sounds the right man.
It
Good
is
job.
it is the only thing that saved his life.
Okay. So, new plan. We take out the academy before we offer a literal war zone to the drow.
I think they'd be about it. We could do it with them. It would be it would build camaraderie.
Forge a relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. Like, go there and pose the idea. Like, you can have this town, but like,
Help us fight for it.
yeah, we have to fight for it. If we fight for it, it's yours.
Yeah. It'll build a relationship with them, and it shows that we want it to. We're not just like sending them somewhere to their
And
deaths.
I will say that as a bargaining chip definitely loses value.
I don't think so. I think it's got more long-term roots than where they're at now, and that's pretty valuable. Depending on if it's a sacred,
We
piece
can
of
move the dirt. We can move the dirt. We're not worried about that.
So I think that us being there will mean a hell of a lot more too, and it will make it a better relationship.
I mean, I guess we can give it a shot, and then even if they're like no, like
gotta go
take
do it
the
anyway.
yeah, take the like fully secure the town, and then we can talk. We can always come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Word.
At least get an initial, just kind of see what they're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. You do have two rather important summons for the day. Asla would like to talk to you, and Gwen would like to talk to you.
Sweet.
Who does the missive come to?
Huh?
Who does this? Who gets the summons?
Oh, I'd assume that you guys have like a morning meeting, right? Especially if you're heading out of town. Raymond's out of commission for the most
Yeah.
part. Are you leaving anybody in control, or are you just planning on dipping for like a couple of days?
Like send a page for Jimmy.
Yeah. And also, I know he lost his arm, but Frida can fix that.
Well, yeah, Frida can fix that. It's just a long, arduous process,
Well, yeah.
especially for an old man.
Yeah. the arm's gonna be younger than you, my guy. Like, you're gonna be able to swing your weapon with so much vigor, man. Like, this is an upgrade.
You slapping new parts on that old Cadillac.
If he comes to the Underdark, we can get him a prosthetic.
Get him a really dope prosthetic.
Yeah. It writes 3 times faster.
I mean, May does do the prosthetics and does them really well.
Pretty sick prosthetics down there. We came into a lot of money recently. We could fork over some cash to get our man a prosthetic. It would be a lot faster than healing.
I'll ask Raymond what he wants to do. You want? We can get you a dope prosthetic, or Frida can get you
Your arm back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very quick writing indeed, Brennan.
we do not need to burden the coffers of the town with my healing. Frida will do it for free.
It still takes.
In the
it's
old
on
Fox
us.
of Iron, I've never shied away from a scar, but this is significant.
It's on us.
Yeah.
There's no. The town coffers will not suffer for this.
I appreciate you greatly. I think I would like my own flesh back.
Roger that. Heard.
Fair enough.
It itches in the night.
I'm sure it does. Heard that's a thing with like phantom limbs and.
Well,
yeah.
you would know.
No, this one doesn't.
Just
I'm actually missing my
just
third toe on
remembered
my
he has
left
a
foot.
prosthetic. Looks down and he's like, oh my god. Where did it go? I thought it was a dream.
This is a nightmare.
And I can't wake up.
You know, Jimmy will head up your guys' way. It's going to take him a couple of days.
Yeah.
But
Just something to help, you know.
Raymond's, he's good enough with the help of some other folk around in town.
Cool.
He should be
Yeah.
okay.
It's not quite. It's pretty managed right now.
Not quite as very managed
Yeah.
right now.
So,
Jimmy and that sport talent kid that he took, Ty Ritter, have been doing a really good job.
let's take Aslow's call first. We'll call him that.
Aslo first. He comes in. He's got like that little Robin Hood feather cap going thing now. He's got that in his hands and he's just kind of like wringing it. He looks super fucking nervous.
Brother, you know what? You
Is
know,
this the
don't
one
even
that-
worry about it.
the
Don't
one
even
that
fucking worry
drinks
about
and
it.
shoots things.
His dad just died. Aslo was like the first sport talent kid that we ever fucking met. You were there for that.
I don't think it was.
You were.
Where'd he come from?
He came from the fucking.
He's here. He's a local.
Yeah, he's a fucking local. He was one of the. I forget what they're called. The
Hunter's Haven.
Yeah,
he's
Hunter's
a
Haven,
forester.
like right outside.
See, I met him like once then.
No, brother,
Yeah.
he's fought with us.
He developed his sport talent while you guys
Sure.
were...
We gave him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know Aslo. Belrune maybe not, so I guess this kind of fucking fits.
He's got the magic eyes, where any spell sight based that's cast on him, he can permanently.
That
retain.
was last session, Brennan. We
Yeah.
he was taken out by fucking
Gwen's forces.
no, I thought it was
Gato.
Laszlo that got him.
Oh, was it Gato that got him?
Not fucking Gato.
Not-
Oh my god.
I didn't think so.
Laszlo.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Laszlo.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen's forces. What's the
Yeah,
What's
it
the
was
difference?
fucking Laszlo.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. I'm gonna have to write in a Laszlo now. Good name.
Good name.
He can be a monkey going to camp.
Going
It
to
was towards,
camp,
like-
yes sir.
It was towards like the very end of the session, but yeah.
Yeah, it was part of the wrap up. You guys were not there for it, of course, as the assassination had happened.
We tried to
during the
prevent
mad
it, though.
dash. Yeah,
Yeah,
you stopped Aslo from dying
Yeah.
because he was going to kill him
Oh
too.
yeah. Rough.
yeah.
He sits down. He's been now stepped up into his father's position for 5 days,
Yeah.
a week almost. I have some terrible news, and I hate to report an abject failure of the foresters and your local policing. Haraway is dead.
How do you know this?
I used my eyes. There was a body found. There's a couple open murder cases around. It's a war zone, and some Mad King's forces still try to make incursions into our land. And we find unidentified bodies every now and then out in the woods. This one had been relatively decomposed. The records indicate that it was open just about a month ago, the case. But my father was handling it, and he wasn't recognizable and didn't have me or anybody magical check in on it yet. Just thought it was another case of another villager, disappearing. But since I've taken over my father's position, rest his soul, I spent the last couple of days refreshing myself on many of these more important cases, missing persons, unsolved murders, and I was able to positively identify the body.
Derek would be here.
PJ says, which one?
Exactly. Derek is here.
The OG now, because Haraway the clone is up in the Northwoods.
But this could very well be the clone.
It could be Haraway the clone.
Exactly.
It's hard to tell.
Exactly. I'm gonna send Derek because Derek worked on original Haraway and clone Haraway to see if he can deduce which one it is.
How long do you hang out for an answer, or is this like a
This is
take your time? Then.
Yeah, take
okay,
your time,
because like
figure it
immediately, no fucking chance that you'd be able to tell the difference.
Yeah. Take your time and then get back to us.
Okay.
And do I tell Aslo that like this might be a clone?
Nah. This might not even be Haraway. This might be some other motherfucker that just looks like him.
like not to doubt your magical abilities, but like we were duped for almost a year.
Very
like,
proud of myself for that one.
Could very well not be Haraway. So like
You do be a slippery shit.
it's okay,
You do
kid.
be a slippery shit.
It's okay, kid.
Yeah, you'll summon Derek to look at it. He agrees that would be a good course of action. Cause of death is being basically hacked to pieces.
Jesus.
He was in some kind of melee fight. Weaponry was obviously used, and he was hacked and slashed. They're guessing some kind of like heavy weaponry. You know, you're talking like a boar spear, a glaive, something like that.
So
A claymore.
from that, I'm Marquise.
Cavalry sword.
I'm going to assume that is the clone, because clone Haraway was doing all the magic shit, and he wasn't very martial. Original Haraway, he was the swashbuckler.
Yeah.
So like,
Bro was the Perry King.
That is true, but also OG Haraway hasn't been in a fight for like 9 months.
Yeah.
you're telling
And
me
has
like, you don't
been-
get rusty, dog.
And has been like, drinking his sorrows away and trying to figure out who he really is.
Too much
and
apple
trying
juice,
to
man.
trying to recover from months in captivity with the Ravenmockers who turn people into skin batteries.
Well, you didn't get turned into a skin battery. You're fine.
Bro
But
said,
did you
"Get
die
over it."
though?
Because I produced
He
perfect
did.
clones.
He did like a month ago. Yes.
Allegedly. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
All right.
So yeah, that's Aslo's news. Other than that, generally speaking, your guard is super unhappy about the presence of Gwen wandering around, but have reported that nobody else has left or gone into the tower.
Yes, I'm fairly certain it's like just her monstrosities and Jesus.
A couple thousand Jeeveses.
Do you think she's got like her own regiment of Jeeveses that are like?
Well,
martially
realistically,
trained?
like how many Jeeveses do you think she keeps around at any given point? You know,
Well, I
how
know
many
that there
Jeeves
was.
do you think you could kill before they would overrun you?
would you rather fight 1,000 Jeeve-sized ducks?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're working on that. We're actually going to be meeting with her shortly.
That's his report.
All right.
He is
Bud.
terrifyingly ashamed that like this case got filed away into normal
There's
cases.
there, and I will reassure him that there's nothing to be ashamed about. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
It happened.
Plus, there was the general consensus that people thought that Haraway had left town.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, don't be ashamed about it. It's okay. All right.
and then Gwen would like to
World War Jeeves.
I need to get art of just
like World War Z, but it's like a bunch of butlers just like climbing over the castle walls.
What was the one with the wolves and the baby and the wolves coming after? They're like boat formation, and they
Oh yeah! Oh fuck! What was it?
and they all fucking
Storks.
storks. That
Oh
was
my
it.
god! I love that movie. The movie's so great.
It's that pile of wolves, but it's just Jeeves.
Submarine
mode.
Form up submarine. Oh man.
Send her in.
Oh, that's great. Anyways, we'll bring in Gwen.
Yeah, your doors open up. She flows in elegantly, looking more beautiful than ever. Her skin is absolutely radiant and glowing, and she just like pulls up a seat at the table, sits down, and just like, "How's it going?
It's lovely to see you again. Are we having another tea party?
Would you like to plan one out?"
No.
Later.
Not
I would
late.
believe for your best interest, it shouldn't end like the last one, of course.
Yeah, definitely
I'd be very happy though, especially if you get from Joanne's Bakery again.
What?
To cater.
Absolutely. We can bring the catering, but we should do it at your place.
What
next
did you
time.
need?
Oh, I could probably accommodate.
What did you need?
Oh, I need permission to dock a ship at your seaport for a day or two.
What's coming off? the
First
ship?
off, no, and second off, why?
Oh, I've got some important cargo, a couple specimens that are getting offloaded. It's a military ship, so I figured that I'd have to come and ask you guys about it. If it was a commercial thing, I'd just do it.
No.
I'd pay you handsomely. It's
No.
just personal research. It's nothing.
That's you.
What other kind of things can
The
you import?
sooner- the
what can you
sooner-
buy
no,
commercially?
s-
Hold on,
stop.
I got questions.
No, no fucking questions.
I go through all kinds of things commercially. Do you know how much salt that tower goes through in a year? It's insane. It's ridiculous. I would just teleport it in, but of course you guys spent all the conjuration magic in the area, so
Still don't know what we didn't do that.
you're right. I was probably the major contributor to that.
More than likely.
But a lady never confesses her faults.
Okay, so the sooner you get your tower out of here, then you can proceed with your.
I'm working on it, but I
Experience.
need materials.
See,
I can't just teleport it. Do you know how many times I've moved that tower without teleporting it?
She
Take a
is the Mad
guess.
King's executive
Take a
credit
guess
card
how many
user,
times that
right?
tower has moved non-conjurationally in its entire existence.
Twice.
want to know.
Twice? That's 2 times too many. It hasn't, okay? It's a lot.
So
I'm building some things. I'm working on it. It's going to get done. Okay, we got a contract. It's all good.
So-
We're neighbors now. We can be friendly with each other. I've got a cup of sugar if you let me use your seaport.
So theoretically, couldn't you just move your stuff out of the tower?
If I could teleport,
Like manually?
Yes.
That sounds awful. Look,
I don't have near
you
enough
expect her to start
Jeeveses
manually
to move
moving
that
everything?
manually. Have you seen his back? It's in horrendous shape.
Well, why'd you make him like that?
He has scoliosis.
Why'd you make him like that?
That is funny.
Exactly. So that's not a me problem.
Yeah, but
See
like
that, right?
this ship port is because like I really need to dock this ship and get these things out of here. Otherwise, who knows how long it's going to take me to move my tower.
What's the name of the ship that's coming in?
It is the the BD Brandon Bikel.
Do you care a little more now?
Hold on.
Oh,
That's
there's
not the. No. The Goldshire is their man of war, right?
the Goldshire is the newest, latest, and greatest. Yeah,
The Brandon Vikel, that was the ship that was on display for the tournament, right?
yes.
Gotcha.
That's the one that's staffed almost entirely with sport talents. And that no Vikel is actually aboard, which is what Gwen was just about to tell you.
Yeah.
So now's the time we go piss off.
But like,
Kraken.
if you wanted some of the Vikels and they were on board, I wouldn't care if you went and got them or anything. Like, that's not my problem. I just need my cargo.
So
That's why she's so tame.
we have a contract. Okay?
When you got the biggest stick in the room, you speak softly. We got a contract for a siege fire. I'll pay you dock fees. Like, I understand that your little seaport there isn't like crazy up to snuff. We'll go to anchor off the dock, well off the dock. We'll just use the sloops to get in and out. Like, it shouldn't be a big deal. What's your normal dock fee run to dock a ship and move some cargo?
Well, considering that we don't,
I'm sorry, I should probably ask the old man with one arm.
no,
but-
we don't let enemy ships dock here. So you.
Well, but you
have
let
to
all kinds of ships dock. What do you want? 100% increase on commission for a time of war ship? I got gold, man. Like, I need my supplies. It's gonna get the tower out of your helmet faster. Do you have hair?
Yes.
Okay.
My helmet's off right now.
Oh, okay. It's so hard to tell with you.
Yeah, no, it is off when I'm not in combat. I don't
okay.
know where this
Perfect.
fucking.
Well, because you sleep in your armor. You've
Yes.
slept in your armor many times before, and generally speaking, that includes your helmet.
Well, I gotta breathe a little bit, you know.
Okay.
The helmet's off.
Then she doesn't say out of your helmet, she says out of your hair. Does that make you feel better?
It does.
Okay.
If we're thinking about bartering with her, I would like a Jeeves of my own. Just like I would like that added to what we get.
I could give you a Jeeves.
Can you give me a Jeeves that doesn't die the minute?
Yeah,
you
I'll
touch
take
its
the
gun?
curse off. Yeah, it's no big deal. It keeps them from running. You got to understand, right? Your workforce needs to stay centralized.
That sounds so great.
Yeah, it's really it's quite a fine piece of work to just unravel an entire being. I actually recycle the bits. They come back to me, so.
That's disgusting.
Sounds good for the earth.
Well, you know, it's a green policy. The king is very carbon neutral minded.
Carbon policy.
Mad King.
Do we have one of those?
Let us talk about
No,
it.
you guys still
and-
use wood stoves for most of your stuff. Terrible for the
Do we
environment.
recycle it all?
However, I appreciate your foresters, your little kind of like Royal Guard forest guys that you've got. I don't know where you found them or how they brought themselves up. Very conscientious of the environment. Very pleasant of them.
Yes.
Very demure.
Let's
Very mindful.
let us discuss this, and we'll send a missive to you.
What do you want? Like 1,000 gold?
We will get back to
2,000 gold?
we will get back to you shortly.
Oozle, brother, I gotta get this thing docked.
You will have an answer within.
It's
the
already
hour.
basically in your waters. Like, what's the big deal?
You will have the answer within the hour.
Okay,
What's
fine.
another hour?
Well, it's scones at the bakery rack. You wanna get some cherry scones?
I'll pass, thank you.
Oh well, that's okay.
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
I'll come with because I have to call May again anyway.
You'll come with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the cuties night out. Let's go.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Doran's got a little skip, a little pep in the step.
Yeah, she just kind of floats out with Belrune.
You don't want me here for this decision anyway. You've already made up your mind.
That's the thing. I haven't, but you going off. You going off.
Actually, I really valued your input here.
You're no. It's
Yeah, see, exactly.
Don't
You said
assume that I
no.
made. Don't assume that I made the decision because I haven't made the decision. But you running off with Gwen, objectively worse than anything you could have said in this meeting. So you know what? All right, let's have a conversation with Raymond and the remaining people here.
Yeah, you pull,
For what
Raymond,
it's worth, I
Mark,
think you should let her do it.
you pull Aslo. Alia's around if you need
I
her
just
opinion.
know
I don't know
I'll
whose all opinion you're looking for. Thelmar's around.
Aslo, Raymond, and Thelmar right now.
Okay.
Just their thoughts
Damn, not
on
even Rack.
allowing this.
Crazy.
Yeah, Thelmar will
She's
wheel
still here.
wheel Raymond in.
So Gwen would like to dock a military ship in our seaport.
No, absolutely not.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. However, she is claiming that she needs the supplies from it in order to get her tower out of here because there is no longer conjuration magic.
Yeah, they all kind of stop and stare at that, and none of them are mage enough to, know if she's fucking with you or not.
I don't think that she is, solely because I would assume that given the sudden loss of conjuration magic and the fact that she is always, that's how she usually moves it, I would assume that, especially being a filthy wizard, wouldn't have the means to transport it otherwise. So it would make sense that she would need some
Materials
things
to build
in
something
order
else.
to, yes. Now, I wanted to get your guys' input on allowing her to do that, because theoretically it would get the tower out of here quicker, which I'm sure all of us would like. However, docking a military ship at our port, I'm sure you can understand my hesitation at that.
Belmar thinks she's gaming you. Raymond does not want a Mad King ship parked at the seaport where they could offload troops. Aslo believes that if they keep a heavy enough monitor on the docks and do not let don't let the ship itself dock, but instead let it use, its longboats, or even, hire some fishing boats or something to move the cargo for them, that they couldn't move enough troops for them to not be able to notice.
We should also have people that are swifty there, like search the cargo,
Yeah.
so that we can monitor everything that's coming in.
There is a general consensus that they would very much like to monitor the cargo. With Gwen, is she going to let that happen?
Well, I mean, if she really wants this cargo, I think that's kind of what's going to happen. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. All right. So
Except my back is located on my cock.
that sounds painful. Wait, no.
Good night, everybody.
This fucking sex drive.
All right.
Man,
So
that's a deep memory.
Deep cut right there.
yeah, so I think that I like those ideas. The ship itself doesn't dock. We can use our ships to transport the cargo for them, or like they have their longboats and whatnot, but the ship itself is not to dock, and the cargo will be searched upon like reaching the shore, just to make sure that there ain't no, I don't know, funky shit.
Okay, you guys set the policies for it. The last determiner is price point. Normal dock fees are like 3 silver pieces a day.
Bitch, I know you got money.
Like-
Let's see. So
She did just very casually offer 2,000 gold for it before leaving, right? Which is like
When-
exorbitant for a dock fee.
Gwen, I know that you know that I know that that's chump change.
You don't know. You don't know what her salary is. Maybe she doesn't even get a salary since she was just created for this purpose.
She gets a salary. She gets a salary. And if not, she makes her salary. She's not living off of the king's rations is all I'm fucking saying, okay? I've seen those fucking dresses.
You saw that lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Like $5,000 and a Jeeves.
$5,000 in a Jeeves.
Yeah.
Sure.
A Jeeves that is not tethered to her in any way. We want to make sure that the curse is removed. He's not a spy.
Oh, I want 10 grand. I want 10 grand.
I don't want it to be like a Lorenzo 2, but it's Jeeves.
I mean, I think we could take a Jeeves.
Yeah.
Maybe
Better
on the,
than Lorenzo, at least.
maybe on
Maybe.
the outside it just looks like a Jeeves, but on the inside it's
We
like
did have
super
that
solid.
whole-
It's just like an explosive.
Yeah, exactly.
We did have that whole
Trojan
conversation.
Jeeves.
We did have that whole conversation about fucking what's it called, the Master Roku or
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Roku.
Yeah.
It was Roshi.
Roshi. Yeah.
Yeah, Master Roshi.
Yeah. We'll do 5. We'll do 5.
Five.
That'll go straight just to the city, and yeah,
It goes right to the rebuilding funds.
yeah, and then yeah, those are the terms.
Not if I give them a villain point. PJ boy, listen.
She does still have a fireball that I'm holding on to, too. She's got an artillery
Just
ball.
in case.
Man,
10 bazillion dollars.
Just give me your credit card.
Blank check, please. You call her back. Belrune, you and Gwen walking down to Joanne's, gonna have a pastry, walk back. She's just chatting up how charming the town's been and how quaint everything is. She kind of like turns her nose up a little bit when you walk by like a building that's been burnt down to the ground. And she's like, well, that's unsightly. But you know, everything else, she's like, oh, and I just love that used to be just this little cottage thing, but now it's 3 stories. They've expanded business. You guys have been doing a wonderful job here.
Well, not you guys. I haven't contributed to any of this. I actually.
Oh, well,
Most people don't even know me.
yeah, but you
So-
should take credit anyway. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I put my name on some papers.
See, there you go. There you go.
I've had some diplomatic meetings without Oozle.
And I can tell you what, you know, I used to hang out in this town a lot
Yeah.
before the party kind of came through and did their thing. Much nicer now. Mad King's fellas around here, they never really cared. Except for Roy. Roy was such a dreamboat. What a wonderful person he was.
Well, that's good.
Too bad what happened to him.
I think he definitely dwells on
Too bad
Oozle's
indeed.
conscious of whether or not we're the baddies. So it's good to hear that we're doing better.
Oh, well, you know, unfortunately it's all going to get burnt down and destroyed when the king finally like turns forces against you. And then all the civilians are probably going to wind up getting either locked in prison or dying or becoming magical experiments.
Maybe.
And that'd be tragic, but you know, it's not really your fault except for the part that you brought them all into it as rebels instead of just civilians.
See, that's the thing. Oozle brought us all into this. I would be a victim too in that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So-
Totally absolved. I
Yeah.
like keeping a clear conscience. It's good of you.
You showed up of your own volition,
I was sent there, brother.
not by me. Don't you try to put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
This is your war. I don't know what you want.
Oh, the civilians don't know her as Magister Gwen. As a matter of fact, as she walks by, a couple local business owners come out, and it's like, oh, Miss Gwen, you're back in town. I haven't seen you in
Yeah.
forever. We were doing a charity event, and your patronage would be much appreciated. And she's like, oh, I would love to attend to the next gala. And yeah, she spent a lot of time here undercover
Yeah.
as a wealthy widow or what have you, donating to charities, being part of local businesses, sitting on boards of directors for fun.
Fucking infuriating.
Yeah.
He's actually like really well ingrained. In
Yeah, so like
diversity.
really actually as far as like, you know, Bronshire culture goes, she's like a top name in town.
she probably knows a lot about like the architecture of the city
Yep.
and like the layout and anything that's secret that maybe we don't also know about. We should probably check on that.
You're eating pastries with her. This is the chance.
You guys get into Joanne's and she's all bright and smiles and, oh, it's been so nice to have you back in town. Haven't seen you in forever. And, oh, I just love what you've done with the shop. And, oh, your stuff is always the best. Orders a couple cherry tarts and
On we go.
you guys sit down at a little table and
Yeah.
munch
So,
down.
You know, how long you been around this place?
Oh, decades in all reality, but don't tell the
Sure.
locals that. They might question how old I am. And that's
Yeah.
never a good thing.
So you got like, I'm sure you know, like little hidey holes and little secret here there's.
Oh yeah, of course. That old thieves guild that used to run around here. Terribly drab little thing. You guys did a real upgrade bringing in that Thelmar fella.
I don't know anything about the politics around that either. I've met Thelmar once, twice.
Oh, it was a tiny little front, and realistically, the king just kind of left it as is because they were basically harmless.
Mm.
Not so much now. Good
yeah,
job.
yeah. They do well.
Yeah, no, I spent a lot of time around here. Of course, I've spent a little bit of time in Not Quite Bronze, but it's never really mattered, unfortunately. I wish the town the best, but it just didn't need that kind of attention.
Mm.
Of course, obviously, silver, gold, lead, iron. I've spent time in all the domains. It's nice.
Yeah, I
It's
hear
good to
Not
just get
Quite's
away
doing,
sometimes.
Doing really well right now. There's a lot of changes happening. I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll have to maybe swing by there afterwards. Maybe that's where I'll move the tower.
You know, maybe for the best that we didn't.
Well, right. I understand you guys have your territory buffer zone and not quite still in yours. I could go a little further south though, back towards that Legion wall or something like that, set up over there, and then I could walk. Or if the conjuration magic trickles itself back in, which it's kind of filling its magical pools again, but boy, it's going to take months to move something like that tower. Oh, it's just such a tragedy. But if it moves back in, then I can teleport back and forth, at least personally. Nothing wrong with that. What about you? What are you up to?
We're off on our next little quest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're leaving town?
Well, I don't know about all of us, but I am.
Really?
Yeah.
With an army on the way?
Oh, well.
Huh. Well, best of luck to you with that.
Yeah.
Heading anywhere special?
It's a pretty special place. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
back to the Great Plains?
gonna go
or...
see my girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, you have
yeah.
a girlfriend.
Crazy,
Oh,
we kind of talked about her a little
ladies'
bit.
man. I
she's-
could have always told. But
Yeah. We talked about her a little bit. She's the inventor.
The engineer.
Yeah.
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 So you're going to go see her, bring her back here for me?
I mean, I'm tempted to just give her a call and we could all meet for more pastries and
Oh, that'd be just a wonderful thing.
yeah, I think it would be a really lovely day in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could make some tea, maybe a little hot chocolate. Have you had hot chocolate?
I'm not quite sure what chocolate is.
You been to the Fey Woods?
I've been, yeah.
You didn't have chocolate?
I was a little preoccupied.
Went for business.
For,
Went
local
for
cuisine.
business. I can't believe it, man. The local cuisine is the best reason to go down there.
Yeah.
The magics are funny. I really enjoy the magics, but man, the local cuisine is just so much better.
I've heard that they're going to be changing the way the civilization works down there.
It's really hot though, and that's always been a problem. Because of course, I like my big billowing dresses, and tight-fitting clothes just aren't my style.
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah. You got to go for that like adventure chic, the big brim hat, the loose fitted beige cloth clothes, cotton so it breathes.
Maybe something kind
Yeah.
of like what they do over in the desert area.
Yeah.
Just past. Yeah, maybe I could get away with something like that next time.
Yeah.
That's smart.
You certainly got the body for it, Gwen. So
Oh, I've got the body for many things. We don't know nothing.
But I hear they're really changing how everything works down there. So it's going to be pretty groundbreaking for them after all those years of traditions.
Wild.
Yeah,
Wild.
not so much actually anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What does that entail?
it just
Is that something to do with that conjuration?
it just
getting
seems like it's
annihilated that
quite
you guys were doing.
quieter world down there. They may even have to go aquatic for their trials, really, to find something up to snuff with what was before.
Huh?
Yeah, baby krakens, maybe. We'll see.
Kraken.
Yeah.
I had been tracking a kraken years and years and years ago, and it disappeared. No idea where it ever went off to. It was very unique.
What do you need a kraken for?
Oh, I don't really need it for anything. It's
Sure,
just kind of
you
a
just-
personal curiosity. Plus, could you imagine that just strewn up in the rafters of a dining room? Oh, what a set piece.
Yeah,
Taxidermied kraken.
I couldn't imagine looking at that in a dining room.
Plus, octopus is one of the best meats that I've ever had my entire life. And could you imagine cutting into a piece of calamari that's thicker than your torso?
Well,
Those are some of its tiniest tips of tentacles.
I'm sure there are a lot of octopi that are
Oh,
squids.
sure. There's
Don't know
plenty
nothing
of
about
giant
that.
squids and stuff like that, but the kraken?
Well, if I ever see one,
Yeah, let me
I'll
know.
let you know.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're just a doll.
Hey, I'm just trying to build relations. Uzo's kind of quick to temper, and I just
It's not necessarily his fault. I did abduct one of his best friends and torture him and do magical experiments on him for almost an entire year, and then he got him back, and his
Really?
mind was broken and completely mentally insane.
And
I
that's-
just got a little bored in the relationship.
Johnny, right?
But yeah,
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
yeah, very nice guy.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing all right.
And the thing
now.
with his sister, and so he's pretty angry guy. Uzo.
yes, of course, yeah. His sister.
He's got his rights. But
Poor thing. She's dangerous though. Incredibly dangerous. I would never use magical talents like that. Far too risky. Having her out and about is not a great call, but his sister, and he owns her now, I guess.
I don't know if
Oh.
owns the word I would.
And then there was all those lightning strikes burning down half the city. But you started it.
did I start it?
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of loosely told to keep an eye on you guys, so I just kind of showed up, and I thought we were having tea and cookies.
Yeah.
Because
But
what I
look
was
at us now.
invited for.
Here we are now.
But here we are,
In a-
little cherry tarts.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. Everybody came out of it unscathed, so.
Well,
Half of our town is fucking destroyed.
everyone the history books will remember.
Everybody with a name, right?
Sorry.
No, you're not.
We're gonna call up that girlfriend of yours. What was her name?
Right. Yeah. Well, May.
May.
I'll have to check with the cucumber on that one because I'm not so sure myself. We've met
If her
twice.
name's May?
Yeah.
Or... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of a girlfriend.
But let me just like.
Yeah, you hit on your sending stone. You buzz over. She picks up.
Hi.
You hear like high pressure squealing in the background, like grinding,
Yeah.
and then it just like
Couple
all
of
stops.
pops.
Hello,
You sound busy.
hello. Who is this?
It's Belroon.
She doesn't have your number saved.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't. I can't hear very well.
You sound busy. Should I call back?
Oh, is it important?
Well, kind of. I was gonna, set up a time to meet with the crazy wizard lady.
I'm sorry. You're gonna set up a time and meet a gizzard.
Crazy wizard lady.
Hold on a second, and
As
you hear like a little ruffle, and then it's like, sorry, I had to take my ear protection off. What's going on?
I was just trying to set up a time to meet with the crazy wizard lady.
Oh,
I love that he's saying this
yes.
like in front of Gwen.
Yeah, she's just sitting there with this just
Well, I never gave
charmed
a
look on her
name,
face,
you know?
Oh yes, you were promising very powerful mage.
Yeah, we're meeting for pastries right now. I was wondering if you could maybe come upstairs.
I do love pastries. Well, let me teleport right on over there. Let me get out my device.
Oh, okay. Should we like clear a zone for you or?
What? And then there's just like this. And you see like usually she appears plenty gracefully like a normal teleportation spell. This time she appears and she is like horizontal
Yeah.
to the ground and then just like smack. She gets up and she's like shocked and surprised. She's like, what was that?
Oh, conjuration magic's been used up in this area. So teleporting's a little wonky.
You asshole, how am I supposed to get home?
Well, I gotta walk, so you just want to come with?
Home? All the way?
Yeah,
Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Hi,
it's bonding time.
May. And yeah, Gwen introduces herself. And so what is it that you need us to get together for? What's
Well, I just
what's the
you guys
pleasure of
are
this acquaintance?
kind of like-minded in your experiments and studying.
Yeah, Gwen immediately just jumps in. Oh, I've just heard so many wonderful things about you, and I've been trying to move this tower. We've been doing some magical experiments as well. I heard you were an amazing engineer. And she's like, oh, I'm the best engineer, obviously. She's like, I hope so. And
Yeah. Oh, and I've got the contract with you, so I can only, do that with you. And we're trying to study the new magic, and I just figured you guys would like work really well together on this.
yeah, I guess I could pull someone else in on this. I've already pulled in a lot of people that I would have rather not. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Gwen's just like, wonderful, wonderful. Meet me back in my tower. I have to go really quick to go see the cucumber, you said?
Yeah, the cucumber. He loves that one.
Good. Very good. Hilarious. I love inside jokes among friends. I have to go talk to him about my docking and making sure that my ship and my cargo
May's
gets
probably
here.
gonna talk to him about docking too, actually.
Oh, a classic shipwright. May's just like, yeah, something like that.
Well, let's all go together. I've got nothing else going on for the afternoon.
Wonderful. Meet back at my tower. May,
Perfect.
I'll show you the way. And she just kind of pulls up a little like mage map and shows her where she is.
Yeah.
May's gonna head that way. Gwen, do you head that way too? You're more than welcome to go right to the tower, I guess.
Sure, Oozle doesn't need me.
Yeah. Yeah, you and May wander off. Jeeves lets you in.
Fuck yeah.
He's very excited to see you.
Miss the old Jeeves.
Jeeves 372. Gwen returns. She's got just the little tail end of a cherry tart. She says, sorry, I had to pick one up for the road. They're just too good. It's terrible. It goes right to your hips. Sits down. So, you've come to a decision and you're going to let my boat dock?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
However,
but I'm going to get my cargo.
yes. So you can get your cargo.
Mm-hmm.
The ship will not be docking in our port.
But we can
Uh,
use the longboats.
The ship has longboats, and we also have boats that we will assist you in bringing the cargo over.
Oh, how very polite of you.
It's the least we can do considering the other criteria for this.
Criteria.
Yes.
Mm.
Anything that is brought in will be inspected by our forces to make sure that you are not breaching the ceasefire that we've agreed on.
Reaching, like I'm not bringing in armed soldiers in crates that are going to pop out in the middle of the night at you. But if that's the case, wouldn't they just come from my tower anyway, where I already have my army of pet projects?
Yes, while that is a mounting concern, just to
Oh, you don't have to be
ensure-
concerned. We have a ceasefire writ.
just to ensure that all parties are held accountable. Those are the conditions.
So if I was to bring in, say, a ring box, you would inspect it to make sure that it doesn't contain soldiers to honor our ceasefire?
Not necessarily soldiers, but anything that would jeopardize the city, its citizens.
What constitutes something that jeopardizes the city and its citizens? Magical weapons?
Yes.
I'm armed to the teeth with them.
I have 15 on me
In
right
that-
now.
Yeah, I'm armed right now.
In that case, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah,
Because
but
if
a lot of
you-
magical ingredients that you might deem dangerous to the city are actually vital for me getting that goddamn tower moved.
Well, in that case,
Do you know
we
what
can-
pickled owlbear feet are for?
Can't say I do.
Then how are you going to deem how any of my stuff is a danger or not to the city? What about preserved corpses?
What use is that to move in your tower?
Oh, that has no use at all. It's just part of the personal stuff that I was going to bring in for
Then
experiments.
that is, you are allowed to bring the cargo to move the tower.
But it's all on the same ship.
Then you can get it once the tower is moved. Consider it incentive to move the tower quickly.
I don't want to move the tower into the water. That's going to be... You know how much it's going to take to turn that tower into a boat?
The boat can meet.
Oh my
wherever
god,
you
you're
end up
asking me
moving the
so
tower
much
to.
more now.
Do you know how many Jeeves I gotta stuff under the tower to make
Well, I
that
thought
thing
I was
float?
I thought maybe I was gonna go south, hang out, go to the tropics for a little while. There's no seaports down there. I can't dock that ship down there. Your other town doesn't even have a seaport.
Correct, and that is inconsequential because
It's very
This is-
consequential because I got to get my samples. I'm getting bored.
okay.
I've ran out of people to experiment on. I'm fresh out of things,
Then I
man.
suppose you should move the tower quickly. That way you can return.
And
to
that's
your-
what I'm working on.
No, you are
Plus,
trying to bring,
you know,
you
a
are
couple
trying to bring-
hobbies.
You are trying to bring pleasantries.
A
and that
girl
is
needs
not-
some side pieces.
That is not what the agreement is.
Can I bring makeup in?
You can buy makeup in town.
Oh, see, I can buy makeup in town, and that's not going to help me move that fucking tower. But if I want to move in a couple of preserved corpses so that I can study their innate magical abilities, oh no, suddenly that's hindering my ability to leave. You're being very unreasonable right now.
She's got a
I'm
point.
being very reasonable.
You should calm down. Cool it like a cucumber, man.
You asked to bring supplies to help you move your
Yeah.
tower, and that is what I am allowing.
What is in this document I'm going to be signing? What is the penalty for smuggling?
A day in the stocks and then wink at her.
I would assume that, given the arrangement that we have, there will be no smuggling, and you will honor that arrangement the same.
Oh
as
yeah,
you
of
are
course, but like you
honoring-
gotta have laws in place. What happens if I'm a dishonest person like your Thelmar fellow? He smuggles things all the time. And of course, he works for you, so you don't penalize it. But I don't work for you, so you should penalize me if I smuggle things.
The same penalty as us signing the ceasefire contract.
Trial by fire.
So it would be a violation of the ceasefire to smuggle now?
It is under the assumption that the contract that we signed, which didn't really have any penalties implied, just had the
Well, it was a
agreement.
general agreement. Oh, okay, so just a signed agreement of... I mean, I'm just wondering, I can hammer out the details. If you're putting all these stipulations on me, this is a lot. I was just kind of expecting to walk back in here and you'd be like, oh, I want 2,000 gold pieces, and I'm
more concerned with
and
my
we're gonna
citizens
watch you.
than I am with
Or
your
you were gonna
money.
tell me no, and then I'd have to figure something else out, I guess. But
And this is me trying to be as reasonable as I can given the circumstances.
right, what if I hire that little happy dwarven fellow of yours to just like carve a hole in the cliffside somewhere up north, a little closer to
Shovel.
where the Great Bridge was or anything, and then I have my longboats land there, and I have some Jeeveses move it overland.
No,
Is it like just the fact that it's coming through
because we are still
relatively
going to
through
be,
your city?
we are still going to be inspecting the cargo coming up.
Oh, you wouldn't inspect it if I did that.
And so no, that is not what is going to be happening.
Well, it could.
I mean, Shovel Knight's his own agent.
Technically, I don't even need the little blue fella. I could just, have Jeeves haul it over the rocks. I got a stockpile. I'd lose a lot in the process, but I get my cargo. Like I want you to understand this is a deal of convenience, not necessity for me. I'm gonna get my cargo.
It's more of a courtesy than anything.
I'm just trying to be polite here because we got this contract signed. I'm trying to be a good neighbor.
And that is what I'm trying to do by allowing you to get the materials you need to move your tower.
Yeah, but I just, I want my personal pieces. What if I have like some art pieces? What if I got a new rug?
Again, that is
I
not,
did need to get a couple new chairs ordered.
that is not necessary to moving the tower.
Yeah, but it's part of my tower.
You are bringing in more shit.
Am I
move.
supposed to look at a dining table with too few chairs? It's an eyesore. It distracts me. It pulls all of my mental focus away.
Gwen? These are the
I've been
terms.
having two Jeeveses just kneel in those positions since you broke those chairs.
These are the terms. Do you accept them? I'll roll diplomacy.
I mean, your only stipulation is that you're going to inspect the gear and anything that you determine not essential, you're going to turn away.
Correct.
I just...
And that is a...
She's just gonna rule lawyer it and just make it seem like everything is essential.
That is a 39 on diplomacy.
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm not saying that what you're saying is totally unreasonable. I just want my personal effects. I'm willing to pay extra. Plus, you haven't told me about dock fees yet. Is it the normal 3 silver pieces?
Negative. 5,000.
Silver pieces?
Gold.
Whew.
You did a lot of damage to our town. And
Yeah, it's a real
funds-
shame because I do have quite an attachment to this place.
In that case, it shouldn't be a problem to assist in the rebuilding.
Oh, I mean, I've already donated to some charities and stuff, of course, over the course of this last week. But no, I'm not too worried about the 5,000 gold pieces. I just, as well, you're going to distract a lot of my personal time because you're going to turn away a cart of pickled owlbear feet, and I need those to move the tower. But you're going to sit there and you're going to have some adept mage come by, just fresh out of academy, and be like, oh yeah, I saw a guy use those to make strength potions, so obviously she's going to utilize them to make her monstrosity stronger.
Well, given how simply put...
And then
given
I'm going to
how
have to
this-
show up and I'm going to have to be like, no, actually the higher level of pickled bear's feet are used in transmutation magic, not actually in enchantment. That's a basal use for it, and I'm using transmutation to do this and that, and then I'm going to have to go into all this spell work that none of your mages are going to understand, besides maybe that Gladic fellow. He's really smart. But he's not an enchanter in the same way. I know you know.
There's going to have to be some give and take here.
You're
You
going to delay
can-
my project of moving things because I'm going to have to be explaining all the time. I could assign some Jeeveses with some lists.
We will still be inspecting the cargo, and you can work hand in hand with our mages and Gladic and If there is something that they deem to be unnecessary or overtly dangerous, you can plead your case to them, and they can have the executive decision on whether or not to bring it in.
What about the explosives that I was going to use to free the tower up from the bedrock? Are those innately dangerous? Are those going to get turned away? I'm just kidding. There's no explosives. You got a deal. Honestly, you gave me way better terms than I was thinking. I was ready to pay way higher for that. She's like signing the paper now. And honestly, I'm very impressed that you told me you were going to inspect the goods. I just kind of figured you'd do it. It'll dock tomorrow. Thanks. She snaps her fingers and just like a bag clinks onto the table. Then she goes, oh shit, no, that was the wrong one. And she actually like tucks it back away and snaps again in like a smaller bag. Shows up. Sorry, like I said, I was expecting to pay way more. And she just kind of...
We're trying to be as friendly as possible.
She looks over, gives you a little wink, and just heads.
Crazy. You feel good about that?
Good as I can.
What he says does set the DC for any diplomacy.
And I was being as diplomatic as fucking possible. What else do you want from me?
She wanted her personal effects.
You're kind of being a dick.
I mean, we did break 2 of her chairs.
Those Jeeves's backs are never going to recover from stand-in.
Fuck the Jeeveses. Don't give a shit.
Take that back.
Damn.
If she wants more chairs with the money that she's producing, we have people here that can build her a
It was a
fucking
high
chair.
DC for sure.
It's a very high DC.
I
DJ
don't,
boy,
But
strike
also,
this man.
but also, if anything, realistically, like it came through at the end, she was kind of fucking with him a little bit there, and the deal was going to go through.
Yeah.
She's not too worried about you guys inspecting the cargo because, realistically, like she had very well pointed out, you're not going to know what 90% of the shit is for.
that's what Gladys and our mages are going to do.
There's just those couple of things like ornate chairs you can obviously look at and be like, hey, no, that's obviously not for this. She's
I
got
think
a
that's a
cask of
ridiculous
wine,
ask.
you know. It's so sad. It was only going to add like another 30, 40 minutes of cargo moving time. It's not, you know, it was just a couple of crates she was asking for.
I can't believe this guy's anti-Jeeves,
It
man.
was like, what, 5 coffins, 2 chairs, a couple casks of wine. It was like 2 longboats worth.
Are we anti-union too? Crazy. Let's work on that.
Our workers are paid well enough.
Do they get dental?
They don't even have dental.
Fucking everything.
The overall, the workers of Bronshire are doing very well right now. Wonderful. Do you have anything that you'd like to do today?
I would like to make sure that my cousin and my chicken survived. That
Your cousin absolutely survived.
Okay.
The chicken is with her. Yes. Yeah, they're both more than good.
I would have bought another chicken, but I was kind of attached to that one, so I'm really glad that it survived. Yeah,
Have you named your chicken yet?
yeah, it's Pebble.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Pebble. I do remember that. Yeah, Pebble's an indoor chicken now.
Nice.
So she's just kind of hanging around the barracks, where you find Savea kind of haunting on a fairly regular basis now.
Nice. Really getting into that dead kind of mood, I guess.
Standing at the end of empty hallways kind of thing.
Much more like, you know, she goes and has breakfast with some of the soldiery,
Mm.
swings by for lunch with a picnic basket
Definitely
on
taking some toes off of some
certain
guy.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find her easy enough. You pedals with her.
Nice.
Oh, were you wanting to do something today? It's been a little while on that disaster relief. I just kind of figured you maybe forgot about me. I was just keeping myself
Oh, we were
preoccupied with
just
some other things.
busy. So hey, I heard you were hanging out with some guys.
Well, okay, but you promise you're not going to get mad.
That's not gonna happen.
It's just like the one.
You know me, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, well, okay, it's just the one guy actually.
Just the one guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
I suddenly get the feeling that I shouldn't do that.
It's just me.
Could you loosen your grip on your axe really quick?
If I put it over there, will that make you happy? I mean, it returns when I want.
Oh yeah,
so
of course. But like, your knuckles are white.
I'm just so happy to hear about your life.
And she kind of like looks around. There's not really much of anybody paying attention to you as it's mid-morning in the barracks kind of deal. She's like, is there somewhere private we could go talk?
Probably. I mean,
Yeah, okay, here. Go this way. There's
okay.
like a storage room over here, I think. She goes and opens the door, and there's just, like some mops and buckets and general cleaning supplies. Just a little storage closet, but it's, got more than enough room for a couple of people in it. Takes you inside, closes the door. What's gotten into you ever since I came back? You're so possessive.
That's a strong word. And an interesting choice of word considering your predicament. But I just want the best for you. And I want to make sure that whoever you're talking to is the best.
How?
I don't know.
Because, like, I'm really enjoying this, and it's really nice to be back, and thank you for what you've done. But it kind of just feels like if I say I have a boyfriend, you're going to go chop his feet off, and then he won't want to date me anymore.
I did not say feet. I would take a toe or two if he was not up to par.
What is up to par?
I don't know.
And why are you the one deciding what's up to par for me?
What's up to par for you?
Well, he's really nice, and
alive.
he makes me laugh.
Makes me feel alive.
He doesn't mind that my hands are bitterly cold all the time. He's gentle. The rest of the guys seem to think of him in relatively high respects. He's a nice fella.
Protect her.
Did he protect you during the shitstorm that happened?
No, he ran off.
Did he?
Well, he was on duty that time. I believe he was guarding the walls. I
feel like
was
gave him
here in the
explicit
barracks.
Instructions to protect you. So, I don't know.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy? Is there multiple?
Well, no, but there was that guy for, I don't know, maybe 2 days. And then I met this other guy, and now we're hanging out, and I think that it's
What a floozy.
better.
Learning some things today.
Wait, you've never had a first date that's gone terrible then? Lightning burned down the bakery we were in.
And
And he
that
didn't
just
even take
ruined
me to the
mood,
good
didn't it?
bakery.
Indifferent.
He was a nice guy. He was really cute. And he had the big biceps, but
Then who are you seeing now?
well, the guy I'm seeing now, he's got a little more going on upstairs, He's a little smarter of a fella.
I could tell the last guy wasn't all there mentally.
He was a little, yeah.
Yeah.
But man, just to look at.
Okay. How about this? I'll make you a
I would
deal.
love nothing more.
I will calm down
Uh-huh.
some if you promise me that if any of these guys that you are seeing do anything untoward, I get to take a toe or two.
Okay, but like only after I smash their testicles with a rock.
You know what? This is why I love you. This is why I brought you back.
I love you too.
You're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great again,
I feel like it's been great. Just ever since I've came back, things have been really great. You've grown a lot, and it's kind of hard for me to keep up. The underworld does things very differently than up here, and it's been a little while. But it's nice being back.
It is nice. We should do a little girls' day.
Oh, we should. Oh my god, can we go get our toenails done?
Side quest, yeah. Rack will go get her toenails.
Yeah. She takes you to this little nail salon that's popped up, and there's gals behind the counters. They don't speak a lick of common, and it's a great time.
So, how much money I got to drop on stream to make Gladdick her cousin's boyfriend? Because he's got a lot going on upstairs.
Gladdick is a very smart man. One of the smartest that you guys.
PJ Boy, open your wallet.
Open your heart and your wallet to make a true story of love happen.
We will all
Jesus
pitch
Christ.
in. We will all pitch in.
If Gladdick is her boyfriend, he's going to be missing another hand. That's all I'm going to say.
Gladdick's a decent enough dude.
PJ says how much?
Can you truly put a price on love?
Yes, I can.
Give us a number, Ian.
I just got paid today.
I love that ZZ Top song.
Oh God.
Yes.
I mean, like, let's be honest. Out of everyone we know, Gladdick is arguably the best choice.
I really don't feel like she could do a lot worse.
Gladdick is. I don't. How old do you think Gladdick is? Old.
I don't know.
I'm picturing like old as balls.
He's like 70s plus.
Yeah, it's okay.
See, so like he wouldn't even be around for a whole lot of time. Like, see, we can
It fits the
Let
setting.
him-
let him have his last love. That's all I'm saying.
Including death time. Like Savea's only like 20,
Yeah,
right?
fine.
She died 16.
Yeah.
Then there's like
Hey,
4 or
man.
5
Yeah.
years.
He's old and about to be
Hey,
dead.
man.
If I remember correctly.
She's
dead.
into older dudes. It's not a stretch.
That's Gladdick the player.
All
He
I'm
lost
saying is-
Lorenzo. He gained a girlfriend. Like, listen.
She will not be his rebound. Okay.
All I'm saying is he's as old as the crypt keeper. She's from the crypt. It matches. They're both cold.
Oh God. Oh,
They're
my
both cool.
God.
Like
Oh God.
just raggle.
No,
Not for Rack.
No, this isn't for Rack. It's for her cousin.
Savea.
Oh God.
I do not hear a number.
You're not going to hear a number.
Damn you.
I love you, buddy.
Damn you and everything you stand for.
Oh God.
Love you, PJ Boy. Thanks for the standby.
Oh,
We can talk about some NPC setups later.
like Gladdick.
Next episode's a dating show.
And Gladdick will be the best contestant.
We do the like
He'll
blind,
throw his hat in the
the
ring.
blind dating shows with the like
The curtain.
the curtain.
Contestant number 1.
Pick number 2, 3,
Number three, my lord.
We do that with Tafa constantly in My Hero. Anytime that we would roll 2s or 3s, we'd say 3, my lord, and he'd have to guess if we actually got a 2 or a 3. He was so pissed all the time about that.
Oh,
Any hoser. Oozle, you head out from your council meeting. Rack seems to have business to attend to. Belrune's disappeared for a minute. You're not going to the Underdark this morning. Do you have any other business to catch up with?
other than just going down, continuing, helping with the relief, I also want to check in on my Spartans and see how they fared through the fight.
They did good. The company performed well. They're over in the training yards right now.
Perfect.
And interestingly enough, as they're doing some drilling and some maneuvers, you see Alia out in the distance. She is currently punching a training dummy, practicing some karate.
I'll go up to Ollie.
Yeah, she's sitting there and she's like mumbling to herself as you're first going up and smacking it, and as you approach closer and closer, it seems like she is having some emotions.
What do I hear her saying?
Well, if I can't, if George, well, I'll just have to do it myself. And they need me. I need them to need me.
Do we really need her?
I'll stand behind her and because like she doesn't notice that.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
there.
just she's zoned in.
I'll just tell her rotate the hips a little bit more. You'll
She just
generate more power.
spins around. There's not like a combative bone in her body in this moment as she just like almost weak knee collapses as she turns around to you and just like clutches her fucking heart. What are you doing here?
You're at the training grounds, kid. This is
But like your guys, you got the company of guys over. You should have been. Oh, I thought I was. Oh no, it's okay. Okay, it's. Can I help you?
not necessarily, but it looks like I might
was
be able to.
afraid about that.
It looks like I might be able to help you though.
I don't know. We never got to hit the caravan of the sport talents. In spring is here. The tournament ring is going to start again soon, and most of those kids are going to go to camps. We were supposed to put an end to it, but everybody's gone, and I was training. I was going to hit it alone when I got time, and maybe see if Mark wanted to go, but now I don't have George, and if I don't have George, I couldn't free them. I don't want them to do what I had to do.
Well, hopefully they won't have to. Of
Can I ask you a personal question?
course.
When did you take your first life?
It's deep.
I was about 14.
Me too. I dream about it.
I don't blame you. It's a heavy thing to have to do.
The kid, he made semi-solid bubbles. He was trying to get a job as a street performer, or hoping that he could join like a circus or something. He would juggle them, but fancy tricks don't get you anywhere in the tournament ring. And when we wound up at the camp, it was one of the first things they had me do.
Do you happen to know the route that the tournament takes?
Yeah, it's public posting. The caravan sometimes moves in weird ways and might need sussed out every now and then, but generally speaking, it's pretty predictable.
And do the majority of the kids follow the same route? I know that the one that we had in Bronshire, there was only a handful of you.
A lot of the main tournament rings, going from some of the areas outside of Silver and Ironshire, they draw everybody, basically. Bronshire was really last resort kind of place. I never wound up going. I got sent away too soon. They if they deem your talent to have too much potential, they don't let you get put into internships.
How long does the tournament ring normally run?
It's through early spring to midsummer. It's got maybe a 3-4 month swing.
So I tell you what.
Starting soon.
I'll tell you what. We'll make a move on those caravans as they go through. We have time. We'll be able to get them.
You promise?
Promise.
She hugs you and cries.
I'll hug her back.
Surprise.
And then I will stiffen up and
Lock in.
push her away slightly, and I will look at her. And
Nope, don't ever
But-
speak of this.
before we do that, You're gonna have to learn how to fight because you're gonna be coming with us.
Okay. She's
And-
got like snot running down her face. Her hair's a
And-
fucking mess.
And with that, I will replace my Valkyrie with Alia as my leadership squire.
All right. She's currently 5th level. So she'll kind of level up as you take her places.
We'll get her squared away.
Yeah. I'll get you a character sheet done up.
Sick.
Belroon,
Yeah.
you're hanging out in the tower.
Yeah.
You and May hanging out. She immediately, like, Jeeves lets you in. Is like, oh, let me make you a drink. And she's like, oh, thank God. And like, just
They-
immediately goes and makes herself comfortable.
Make some spectacular drinks here, but I did get drugged last time.
She says, oh man, that just makes it so much better though. It's a
Sure.
party tower. Let's go.
I don't know if that's how I would describe it. Little flashbacks.
Yeah, you get some like, do you drink a drink? Jeeves has one made for you.
Of course he does. Evens, yeah, I drink a drink.
All right, yeah, you drink a drink. It's not too terribly long before Gwen just kind of like gracefully blasts through the door at full pace. And wonderful, we have some paperwork signed. Jeeves, take this to the back and go on ahead and relay the information across. You too. Just wonderful. Don't worry, I didn't drug you this time. Strict orders. You guys are guests now, not, slightly unwelcome intruders. Because I did not invite you last time.
Yeah.
And it was a little rude.
Yeah.
And those chairs, your friend has decided that I can only move what he deems as essential cargo, even though he doesn't even know what magical ingredients do. And he told me that my 2 replacement chairs to fit the set can't be brought in. I've got to move my tower a whole nother place, have that ship go a whole nother way, and then offload them there. It's going to be ridiculous. They're going to get scratched.
I'll talk to the guys at the docks about the chairs.
That Captain Lockjaw is good, but some of his people on the ship, I don't trust them.
We'll see. We'll see about getting those chairs on this load. I understand. Those are expensive chairs.
They're extremely expensive
And the
chairs.
Jeeves are doing a great job filling in.
Yeah,
but
there's 2 Jeeves just
it's just not the
bent
same,
over, trying to be.
It's not
like,
as
there's no backrest.
It's not as polite on the eyes either. Like it's just
Oh, it's one thing I always lament about the Jeeves is they're never soft on the eyes.
yeah. You never get like an odd like hunky Jeeves around.
Oh, I have plenty of muscular Jeeves. Yeah, they usually work in places where I have to get stuff moved. These are the butler Jeeveses.
Gotcha. Yeah. Easier to fit through the doorways and stuff.
Yeah, well, and it's just a classy butler should be an advanced age. It's just right.
yeah. It shows a taste of like the classic.
Of course,
you
they're
know?
born that way. So.
I did see a younger one that looked just like that but smaller.
Oh yes, yeah. He's growing into it right now.
Terrifying.
There are kid Jeeveses as well that kind of stay like that for the rest of their entire being. But magical creatures. It's not like they're people. So
Sure. Are they like human or are they like you?
well, they're not like me.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes, I'm not sure how heavy you are into enchantment. They're people.
Sure, yeah. They're people like chicken nugget is chicken, but it's like chickens.
Yeah, a lot like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But not in the same way that like the monstrosities are like chickens.
Okay, yeah.
They're a much more refined practice.
Sure. Interesting. Okay.
Your guys' contract actually required a Jeeves. Did you have a number in mind?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know where all the numbers go up to. 372 is who answered the door for us.
Yes, 372 was the replacement for the one that unfortunately broke containment with you guys last time.
Right.
He's a wonderful Jeeves. He's just as good as the rest of the butlers.
Yeah. Can we get like a mid-aged Jeeves? You're not, obviously they're all the same body.
You want like cool dad mows the lawn in New Balances Jeeves?
That's the one.
I can do that. I can get you one of those.
Okay.
274, I believe, or 3,265. are good ones for that, and I'm not using them in particularly right now.
274 rolls off the tongue a little better.
Okay.
I'll take that one off your hands.
Wonderful. Jeeves, send for Jeeves, and of course, ma'am.
Beautiful.
But you want to talk your magic.
Yeah, I want to talk about my magic.
Very strange of it.
We're we're trying to build devices, conduits, really, to kind of help bolster it and detect maybe. And we're not having a great time with that one. And so I figured maybe bringing in your expertise of magics, we could really make this something.
I believe that we could make something work. What have we been trying so far? And May goes through a very extensive list, all kind of boiling down to, initial biological samples.
Yeah.
And which goes, yeah, probably a little blood draw at least would help. Would you mind if I ran some magical essays on you?
Is it gonna hurt?
Oh, no, not unless you want it to.
No, that's okay.
I do have ones that hurt, and they don't do anything more than the other ones do, but if that's...
It's a little odd that you would have multiple, those and ones that don't hurt.
There's tons of ways to do it, of course, and May just kind of agrees along.
Sure, we'll do the non-hurt ones, please.
Okay, yeah, of course. I've got the stuff
there right now. This is just Marquise rage.
Oozle ain't here, leave a message.
Oozle doesn't even know that Belrune got May in on this.
How long do you personally want to stay around for this? They got myriads of questions.
Yeah.
You answered them all, I assume.
Yeah.
If this is kind of what you're looking to get done. I wouldn't imagine that you'd be lying to them.
Yeah, no,
because that would just hurt the
pretty
process.
forthcoming with at least May in the past, and it would not make this any better if I didn't relay more.
Plus, Gwen
information.
doesn't necessarily ask you much of anything that May hasn't already.
Yeah.
And doesn't know. She's just, she's starting from square one here.
But the real question, do they seem enamored with each other's intelligence?
Oh, they seem to by the end of their initial essays and tests and talking technical, they seem to start finishing each other's sentences.
Beautiful.
It's, to your eyes, perhaps beautiful, to others, perhaps disconcerting.
Yeah. No, I think this is a great friendship we're building.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. They're gonna go places.
Lovely.
They're gonna find some things out.
Perfect.
But yeah, realistically, there is a point where the questions have been asked. May has much more technical data on you than you do at this point.
Given a couple of examples.
They really do heavily rely on you conjuring some, doing a couple of your tricks that you know how to do with some things, and watching you while you do it. But there does come a time, kind of mid-afternoon, where they don't really need you here. You can hang out at the bar with as many Jeeveses as you want and hang, but your job here is kind of done, and they don't seem to be anywhere close to stopping talking.
No, I'll leave them to their brainstorming session, and girl talk.
Yeah.
And
old Butler Jeeves opens the door for you. Master Belrune, it was a pleasure. And at this point, you see it's Jeeves, absolutely, but maybe 50.
Yeah. It's giving
he's got the fucking capri jeans. He's got just kind of
with socks.
Yeah, he's got the jeans that cut off, just under the knee, but then he's got the socks that come up just about to the knee. His shoes have some grass stains on them.
Giving Bruce Campbell and Burn Notice.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a beer belly starting.
Perfect.
But you can tell that he used to be. He's still clinging to that, I could have gone pro in college if it wasn't for my knee.
Yeah.
If you look really close, you could have sworn you can make out Kiss the Cook on his shirt.
Yeah. It's got Bigfoot on it, hide and seek champion, He's got one of those.
I know that.
And he's got a 6-pack of beer.
Perfect.
And he's just like, hey man, I'm your Jeeves, so I guess I'm not technically owned by you, but you're a conglomerate. It's gonna be weird. I've never had more than one master before. It's it's a pretty cool transition. I was just looking for a change in life. I was thinking about maybe getting a motorcycle, but this is good.
Yeah, well, we're going places together. one of the people that's running the conglomerate you're gonna love, just like Gwen, just as angry.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
but
and strict.
it's all right.
and
I've
stern.
I've dealt with some pretty strict bosses before, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but Rack and I, we're gonna get along with you really well, I think.
yeah. All right. So
Maybe-
I got the cool bosses, then I got the boss.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I got you.
Let's,
I got you.
let's show you the town. We'll,
Casual around here, professional with him.
Yeah.
I can do that. I
Yeah.
can still rock it.
yeah, button it up a little bit around Uzel, but
I got my little suitcase here, and he kind of picks up
yeah,
and it's a small briefcase. He's like, I got some business casual, so don't
Perfect,
worry, and a
perfect.
tie.
yeah, he'll like that.
You go show Jeeves the town.
Yeah, absolutely. We
Yeah,
strut
he
around.
is like blown away by the idea of like
Sunlight.
buildings. It's like they don't all just connect to each other. Like you don't
Yeah.
just go from like room to room. It's a building.
It's kind of like the world was one big tower. 274.
Yeah,
So it's-
he's like, oh man, call me
You can
Jeeves.
just call him Jeeves.
All my friends call me Jeeves.
Okay, Jeeves.
Yeah, you guys hang out.
First thing I do is bring him to Rack.
Yeah, you find Rack at a nail salon with her cousin. Some guards lead
This
you
is
there.
the last place I thought I'd ever find you. But we got a Jeeves.
She has like a face
Do
mask
you?
on.
Yeah. Does Rack enjoy spa days, or is this like people are touching my feet and I fucking hate this?
She doesn't hate it. She like tolerates it, but it's like one wrong move.
But like
you
you're
know?
tense.
Yeah,
like
she's
disconcerting.
gripping the.
So like,
You got the
seen,
sofa.
so have
just
all
like,
y'all
This is so
seen
fun.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they start like sanding Toph's feet?
yeah, yeah.
Actually, even better. Have you seen Asmongold getting a spa day?
I don't even know who that is.
Man, we'll have to go back over.
Oh, that is.
He's the decrepit man who lives in his dirty house and streams
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
He's, like,
yeah,
really
that's
famous
right.
for it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
they brought that creature.
And they
to
were
a
like,
spa.
they did that whole series where it's like, this is the first time in his life he's eaten a banana.
yes, yeah, he did a veggies for the first time in his
Yeah.
life tier list.
Yeah.
yeah, that one, that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll show you a video. I'll send you links.
No, I actually,
you
no.
gotta.
No,
he's
like,
such a
it
such a
bothers
specimen.
Me.
It's
it bothers
honestly
me that
crazy
like
good.
that motherfucker is famous.
Yeah.
and I'm not.
He makes so much money a year
for being gross.
for.
Well,
Yeah,
he got
hanging
big on
out.
the World of Warcraft.
Really big in World of
stuff.
Warcraft.
And
yeah.
then it kind of leaked that like the actual human being behind the computer was just a
Yeah.
piece of work all its own, and that's really what kind of
he's
took it off.
he's such a creature. Like it's
The lives some people can live and not die of a heart attack
you gotta at
blows
least
my mind.
watch the Asmongold house walkthrough.
Have to is a strong word.
It will. You will never look at hoarders the same. I think.
That show Hoarders, love it, so good.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Jeeves, Rack.
Rack, new boss, Jeeves. Pleasure to meet you.
She kind of like,
Yeah, you're like, who
Yeah.
the fuck is this
Like,
guy?
You're not Jeeves.
what is this?
We got like a middle-aged dad, Jeeves. So he's got some more time on this earth with us. You
You
know.
picked this?
Well, kind of.
What the
Oh,
hell?
I asked for,
actually,
like,
all
a-
Jeeveses live, in barring punishment and recycling. We all live the same amount of time. It's just what we're purpose built.
How long
for.
is that?
Oh, we get a good 60 years.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought maybe there was just like a training process they had to go through and then graduating from Jeeves Academy.
They used to
I didn't
do that.
realize I would get like a literal middle-aged Jeeves. He's still cool though. Look at him. And he like
He gives you the.
He gives a little finger gun, and then he reaches down and he cracks off a fucking beer from his six pack, and
She takes the beer, but she looks at Belroom and she's like, "You need to get out more, buddy."
it's a local
This is not
microbrew.
cool.
It's an IPA made just up the
local
row.
microbrew. That's very cool. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
should
no,
go
it's
outside
it's
and tell
great.
people
They
about
they got an extra hop in there, and they actually use peanuts apparently for whatever reason. And for the last year, town it's like become the big thing. So it's like a peanut butter IPA. It's fucking great, man. I love it. It's
Her grip on the like, oh look at
Wood is cracking.
she's
the
so-
lady working on your feet like taps your cap, and she's like, "Release, release, no, you don't do that."
Jesus Christ.
She's from the Pirate Isles.
I'll pay for the damages. But yeah, you know,
You
this-
tip.
This is, you know, this is our Jeeves. I can't send him back. This is who we got.
You can.
mean-
There's nothing saying that you can't.
He's a
but-
person now. He's free. What? He's not an object.
Have you given him an article of clothing? No, then send him back.
She asked if you gave him the Dobby treatment.
He's in a house elf.
We have given him no gifts. Send him back.
He kind of like, unshrugs his bag. He's like, I could change into my business casual if you need me to
Let's
be more
see it, let's
professional,
see it.
man.
Go to the
Yeah,
go to the
Yeah,
restroom.
not-
Yeah.
well, yeah, let me step
Get
away
that.
for a bit. It's okay, I get it. Not everybody wants to look at the Jeeves anymore. I'm not the young stud I used to be.
Jesus.
This man.
And he gets changed, and he comes out, and he's, it's just like
He looks like a Jeeves.
it's
but
just like a powder blue button up, and just a pair of jeans that actually reaches his ankles.
Oh no.
It's very untailored. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cubicle Jeeves,
Yeah.
right?
I love him.
And he just kind of like, I got a tie too if you need like full business.
I mean, I was kind of expecting like the butler suit with like the little coattails at the end.
Oh, I didn't get issued one of those. That's old Jeeves's. They're built more refined.
So you were given the powder blue button up.
Yeah. All of us have.
Do you like it?
That's all he knows.
Living the dream.
And of course, we can take him to a tailor and dress him up. However,
We could. We are
Okay.
taking him to a tailor.
you're gonna get
Not-
new clothes.
Not looking at.
Hey, that's great, man. I totally love to do that.
Yeah, you get to discover the outside and new clothes in the same
Sounds
day.
sounds like a great way to
Crazy.
spend an afternoon, sport.
Looks like he's
That was
imprinting
gonna
on you.
change. Imprinting on me is crazy.
It's wild to me the things that like get you. Like nothing in this entire session, but then he calls you sport and you're like, no.
I got my limits. Okay.
and that's the crazy part is like I cannot tell where these limits are.
Hey, it's all cool, man. We don't want to do the sport thing. I can come up with something else. We got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry
well,
about that.
We'll hit the tailors later. Let's go meet the big boss, the top brass, and
All right, I should put my tie on.
you should put your tie on.
Yeah.
You got like did they give you like an oil for your hair to slick it back a little and
Oh no, I mean
pomade?
I just kind of keep it a little buzzed.
Okay.
Keep it short, keep it easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it like the messy look? Is that in style out here?
It's touch and go. We'll see how it goes. I'm not the one you should ask fashion advice for.
He throws on his tie real quick. He's very fast, very proficient with tying it at this
Beautiful.
point. He's a pro. And yeah, he gives you like a bow, very awkwardly, but it's like in the style that an
looks
old
wrong
Jeeves
on him.
would. And he goes, "Madam,"
Give me another beer.
cracks off another.
Okay, Rag, we'll catch you later.
A beer for each fist at the spa day.
We make way to the top brass.
You walk out, Rack, Savea kind of leans over, and she's got like the full mass cucumber slices. She's got her hair all up in curls. And she just goes, I know the skin treatment doesn't do anything, but oh, it feels amazing. Who is that?
No one of concern. He's dead to me. I don't like him.
You don't like that new guy going around with that Belrune?
Belrin's all right.
Belrune's all right. Yeah, he was doing just fine. But like, you didn't see the dad bod on that one? Come on, girl.
At this point, like the armrest, you
Is
can off.
finally. You hear no.
Like the wood doesn't even break, the nails get pulled out.
Just put it on Ouzel's tab. It's fine.
Crazy.
Why would I have a tab here of all people?
I assume like you have
Italian
full
does.
control of the town treasury.
Italian has charged many a spa day to the town treasury here.
Oh.
Charge it to the treasury. There we go.
That's crazy.
You see,
the
like, she was
people's
writing
coffer.
down numbers, and she just, like, you say that, and she kind of looks up at you and looks down, and she just, like,
That's 0.
adds a 0 at the end.
Okay, so can just anybody tell anybody to charge it to the treasury?
Well, they
because
know.
no one knows these people yet.
The town knows Rack.
How do you miss Rack?
Yeah.
The spa people? Okay, we'll run with it. We'll run with it.
Also, it's assumed that you guys have some form of writ on yourself.
Yeah. Little badges. We should get badges made up.
Yeah, you can do badges.
Little outfit.
Don't you want a badge?
Little capes.
Oozle doesn't need a badge.
You could do like the little half cloak.
Yeah. Like a little especially colored and designed hat cloak.
Yeah, a little design on it. Maybe a baboon.
We could talk about that. We could talk about
Okay. I'll have Jeeves Senior write up the designs here.
Maybe Oozle needs a spa day.
I think it's true.
I don't think it's true.
Boiled cucumber.
Probably be more like a braised. you know?
Yeah. A nice brine.
A nice little brine. Go into them salt scrubs and brine yourself.
The door booms open.
Belrune, you make your way back. You bust in to the war room.
Oh, yeah.
You made
I'm-
your way back at this point.
Very impolite about the
Yeah.
haste with which the door is opened.
And Belrune just storms in his usual way, following behind him some dude.
Hey, boss. I got us a Jeeves.
Jeeves, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I've been told you're the head honcho around here.
Top brass. The hammer, you know? The big
You can
cojones.
call me Oozle. Rack's in charge of you.
Oozle, well, if Rack's in charge of me, that's just peachy keen. I get it, man. The weight of management, you know? That's why I never aspired to much.
She's the one that wanted you, not me.
Cool, okay, man. I get it. I get the...
He's just like Gwen.
Yeah, kind of.
Anything else?
Yeah. You spoke to Gwen, right?
Yes.
Who's overseeing the chairs coming through on the port?
No.
Well, I'll oversee it. It's okay.
No, you're
Oozle
not.
needs a power wash. Fucking pressure washer doing.
Anything else?
Years of
Well,
anger.
I'm gonna get those chairs for her, Oozle. Anyway, so did she mention the army approaching?
No.
Oh, okay.
Probably no big deal then, and you just like throw it away.
Elaborate.
That's all I got. She mentioned it casually in passing.
And you didn't press for more information?
Well, that's your job, so I figured you just knew about it.
Your job.
I don't get involved in the politics, you know.
Go away.
Leave my chambers.
And I'm
She's gonna be
look-
really busy for a while though, so you're probably not gonna be able to get a hold of her. She's hanging out with May. All right, bye.
I'm gonna look at Aslo and tell him to find out more about that, and I'll say the same thing to Talion.
Italian's still in the hospital.
No, not Talion. Delmar.
Delmar. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the both of them will head out and start talking with their guys. Jeeves just kind of like, sir, I know Rack's in charge of me, but I felt like maybe you'd need to know. I've got some information on that if you
See,
like.
Jesus is already coming in clutch.
Very well. What do you have?
Yeah, report came through, all the Jeeves talk. We get together at our union meetings. It's that guy down south. They're removing those couple leftover forts since the Huntresses have broken through. Apparently the King's moving total walls back towards Leadshire, right? And so as they're passing up through here, the 3rd Engineers Corps, led by that Magister Root guy, the failed experiment to try to make something that's an orc but better. You know, that guy. He's been tasked with coming over and laying siege to you, and just kind of seeing what he can do. Might be more like a strike and fade kind of thing if, like, what I've heard about him's true. Of course, I've never left the tower till today, so, like, I don't know, take it with a grain of salt, my guy.
31 on a sense motive.
There is no sign of deception at all in
I
what
don't know
he's
if he's
telling
capable of lying.
you. You're not sure if he's capable of it.
Still
Or if he is, that he would even like realistically know that this is a situation that he's not supposed to tell you something. He has been completely, as far as you know, you haven't ran any magical essays on him proper or whatever, but he's been completely, you know, deconnected from Gwen and all of her stuff and totally given over to you guys, and he's known nothing but servitude his entire existence. So
okay.
This could actually be a really beneficial.
With that, I
untapped
will
well.
call Delmar and Aslo and tell them to not necessarily divide or put all of their focus on the south, but
then that's the most likely place to check.
yeah, given
Yeah.
information that we just got from this guy that just came from an enemy. So, you know,
Right.
yeah,
Take it as you will.
yeah. Cool. Well, Jeeves, apparently we have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah, good. All right. I'm glad. I think we can build up a bit of a relationship here.
Yeah.
Call him champ.
Let's see. I don't know. Just to save on time, I'll just say that I'm going to spend some time picking his brain on everything that he possibly knows about Mad King forces, shit that Gwen's been up to.
He knows not a whole lot. He knows, generally speaking, you know, he knows about the elephant out on the Great Plains. He knew about the rhino and that the rhino had been destroyed. He knows Gwen's the head wizard. He's seen that one weird young Vikel guy around a couple of times working with her on some magic projects, but nothing that he could comprehend. He knows about Uruk. He knows about the hippos and that they had been destroyed. He talks a bit about a like frog guy. He thinks he's in the Navy.
Tracks. All right.
There's this alligator.
All right. So, like, no, I don't know.
He is not a treasure trove of knowledge, but he does have some generalistic knowledge that you know you were kind of lacking.
Cool. Yeah. Well,
He knows about like Justin Timberwood. He knows about the Bardic Brigade, and he's been to a couple of performances. And he's like, oh shit, it's super cool.
I'll sit him down with Raymond. And,
His favorite is actually Corkwood Taylor, but
I'll sit him down with Raymond and let him info dump on Raymond.
yeah, he just like sits next to Raymond's bedside and just starts talking to him.
Brendan, I think it's actually the opposite. I feel like this is like the closest Gwen could have done to like giving us information that we were about to be stormed without like telling us.
Or maybe she full well thought you knew.
Yeah. Or that. Yeah. But I
So
can
it's
imagine
like, oh
her,
yeah, it's common knowledge, you know.
her just being like, hey, so you're about to get invaded from the south. Probably kind of a breach with her higher ups.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So
seeing that you didn't know the army was coming,
yeah.
King would be pretty pissed about that.
So
Yeah, so you go to take Jeeves over to Raymond. She's like, hey, Hot Rod, we'll catch up later. It was good meeting you.
later, Dad.
Guys, I think we're going to call it a night for right now. When we come back next week,
Underdark.
Underdark vacation?
Maybe, depending on how soon this fucking army's going to be here.
Well, it
true.
won't take us too long to go through the Underdark.
We need to figure out how long the army's going to be here, or before it gets here, because the last thing we need to do is be having a fucking mini vacation
I mean,
and our shit gets stormed.
maybe we should just start moving everybody out, because can we really defend against an army right now?
We should take Bronshire and push it somewhere else.
I'm just saying, like, we just got stomped by Gwen,
You could put out like an evacuation order.
and we maybe
But where would you evacuate to?
to the
Precisely.
Underdark.
Ooh.
They're gonna hate us for it.
They would probably hate you for
Yeah,
it.
no,
They've
we
got all
have-
the provisions.
we have no grounds to just move our
Well,
population.
we're
of
going down
thousands.
there. It's the
You don't have
perfect
to
time
take
to
the
make
ground
political
with you, dummy. It's a metaphor.
We have thousands
It's the perfect
of people
time
to just
yes.
to make political ties.
At this point, you're well over a 10,000 population.
exactly moving them all into the Underdark.
Plus, if you
unannounced,
include all the
that's
people at not quite bronze as well,
yeah, that's not.
yeah, it's the perfect time.
It's no, the fuck, it's not.
What else are you gonna do?
That's what we need to fucking figure out. We need more
Next time.
information.
Next time on Mad King. Guys, Tuesday we should be on for Red Steel again, just fine. It's going to be the session where the plot reveals itself a little better.
We can actually start getting into it.
Yeah, they'll get into it. We did a nice little bit of setup, and I'm hoping now. I've got no idea how you guys are going to complete this mission, but we'll figure something out. There's some avenues that are still open to them.
I have
We'll,
not
of course, be
been
back
fully
here.
compromised.
Yeah.
They got a blurry Bigfoot picture of me.
A good haircut, maybe a fake nose.
and
You'll
that's
be good.
and that's what my character's all about.
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
evading the feds.
You're a master of disguise and turtle enough for the Turtle Club. We should be good for gaming tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, whether that's Elden Ring again, or if we take a little hiatus and we got that Forever Winter game that I've been enjoying the hell out of,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Figure something out,
Yeah, I'm good with anything.
one way or another.
Guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Bye bye.